what do you guys think about mean jokes? Like comedy, I guess I'll ask you particularly because you're here, Seth, but like, what do you think about like the difference between jokes that are like, that have a butt to the joke, like a person or a type of person versus like other forms of comedy, like, you know, a funny saying or something?
Well, I mean, generally speaking, like what we do, like satirical comedy is meant to be, it's meant to make you laugh, but also make you think. It's like, it's more like there's supposed to be in some way that it like cuts you, makes you sting, but for a healing purpose, right? So it's more like a surgeon's scalpel that's like intended for the purpose of like removing something bad so that it heals better than it was to begin with.
Like a vaccine.
Rather than, like a vaccine. There you go. Yeah, for children.
So like,
so it's, I think that
jokes are fun.
Generally the idea that the jokes are mean, because we're often accused of being mean and being cruel with our jokes, and well, maybe you're looking at it the wrong way. You know, like jokes, you can take it that way, I guess. You can be offended by it. You can get really upset about it. Are you talking about a joke that's just like, you know, calling somebody fat or something like that, where there's no redemptive purpose to it, and it's not like wit meted to moral concern or something like that, where you're trying to like make a point? I'm asking, are you talking about something that's just mean to be mean-spirited?
Yeah. Or let's say what you're saying, like you use someone's fault to make a greater point. Mm-hmm. I personally, I mean, I'm not really into like, this guy's a dog and here's why. And it's like, look at all the 5 ugly things about that guy. And then people are like, yeah, watch him fall down on a banana peel.
No, I see more, I see like a moral reason to do comedy that is like, that attacks, but more ideas than people. You know, it's like ridiculing bad ideas. It's going after them and trying to tear them down so that they're not like as appealing as they were. And imagine how much better off we'd be, by the way, if more comedians were doing that. You have all these bad ideas that are infecting children's minds. You know, we got like high depression rates and suicide rates and you know, 10-year-olds transitioning and wanting to get on puberty blocking hormones and all this stuff. Imagine if comedians were doing a better job mocking the insanity of all of this and making it less appealing. Instead, you've got everybody promoting this stuff like it's great, and you're not even allowed to make fun of it, or it's hate speech. You know, like comedy can play a role in that kind of stuff by mocking bad ideas that are harmful for society.
I want to show you this. We'll pull this video real quick. I'm not going to play the video, but this is a video called Open Mic, Open Night. It used to be called Open Night Massacre. Open Mic. Now it's called Open Mic Night Becomes a Massacre When Liberal Arts Hecklers Take Over. This caused chaos at Fusion. So
this is several years old.
Several years old. This is 2015, and this is back when I worked for Fusion. This came out, and I said, this is one of your best videos, because I was talking to the higher-ups and how they can get their videos to get more traffic because they were struggling. And I was like, this one's big. Basically, it's a stand-up comedian. No matter what he says, they boo him and call him racist or offensive. And then he's like, no, I feel like I can't say anything. And they're like, no, it's a free speech zone. And then they boo him and throw tomatoes at him. This one pissed off the entire staff. They said it was racist. And then the higher-ups were like, why did we make a video insulting our audience? And then I was like, dude, you guys, this is like the only funny video you have.
Right.
Then they did eventually go on to make celebrity mockery videos, which also was just like general pop culture humor, which was fine. But at the time, this was relevant, politically savvy, and it was funny. And it got 500,000 views in a couple days. And I was like, it's because it's good and people like it and it's funny. And they were like, nope, it's insulting our audience. We can't have that.
Ian, you were sort of asking this question about making fun of people. And it's honestly a good one because it's something I've wrestled with too. And I would tend to agree with you that you want to attack ideas more so. I do think sometimes there's still room to make fun of people, but I find that what tends to be most cruel about our society is what we choose to affirm rather than what we choose to ridicule. So we will let people believe that they're capable of doing something they're not capable of, and then just watch them get hurt. And I think that's a lot more cruel than just being blunt with them and saying, no, absolutely not. You can't do that.
You're gonna continue?
Well, yeah. So, I mean, for example, we've talked about this before, but on American Idol, what they would often do is tell someone who couldn't sing at all that they were a wonderful performer and that they should sing in front of the judges, and then they would, and it would be unbelibably humiliating for them.
They wouldn't tell them you're the best. They would say,
but they would pass them on to the next round, even though they knew they couldn't sing. Now, what would be? Now, I'm not saying if you knew that person personally, the best approach would be to make fun of them. Like, I think it's a case by case basis whether humor is the best approach, but I think it would be less cruel if someone came to you and sang that way to poke a little fun at them than to say, oh no, you're great, go on live television and sing in front of everyone. But our society is really committed to doing the latter in virtually all circumstances where we encounter that problem.
It's the exact same reason why somebody will have spinach stuck in their teeth and no one will tell them.
Oh, you got to tell them. Tell them.
Yeah.
I
They
never
appreciate
understood
it, too.
that. I never understood that. I see someone and they got like a thing on their teeth. They're like, hey, you got something on your teeth. They go, oh, thanks.
Tell anyone, yeah.
Like, but people don't want to do it. They're like, I'm not going to say anything.